Romelu Lukaku is upset now. No, we don't need that. Romelu Lukaku cannot be upset. He needs to be desist. Fix it now. Welcome to the Kavkas View, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, bratochi. And today we are going to be talking about lots of stories. We've got 4 major stories for you. Number 1 is regarding Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva will not be playing against Brentford. Thomas Tuchel speaks out about it. He will not be available. I will explain why. How does he know 3 weeks in advance? Number 2. Ghana and England have put down an ultimatum for Callum HudsonOdoi. Pick a nation. Next year you are eligible. Who are you going to pick? We will discuss it and I'll give you the 411 who spoke to Callum and tried to persuade him to pick what nation. Number 3. Ben Chilwell is in the England squad. Reece James drops out. I'll tell you why that's important and what I think is going to be the future for Ben Chilwell. That'll be the last story. And the first and final story that we're going to be confirming is Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku speaks out in an interview about his role. He ain't happy. That ain't good. But before we get started, you know, we need to have the energy. We need to have the adrenaline. We need to be happy people. Listen, people that are happy usually have better lives. Why? Because they're happy, they're smiling, they're not moaning. Look, this bare minimum. You're on YouTube because you want to enjoy yourself and relax. So sit back, relax. Whatever you do, alright? Watch this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a great remainder of the day or night or whatever it is, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this video. So let's get started. Story number 1. Romelu Lukaku has been playing for Chelsea and he's got 4 goals in 9 games at this moment in time. It's not the return you wanted when you sign a player for £100 million. Yes, I understand that, but at the same time, we need to be honest, we need to be fair, we need to criticize in an appropriate manner. There is no chances being created for him. There ain't no chef in that kitchen. No one is creating him the chances for him to devour. No, all these dishes are not even coming. He's hungry. He is starving for service. The only problem is when he does get the service, he's a little bit cold because he gets 1 or 2 chances a game. He's used to playing for Inter Milan where he's generated a few chances. Rome spoke out about this and he spoke out about his current role in the team. And he openly said, I don't like being a target man. I am not a target man. I hate playing football in that way. I like a man that faces the team and runs the way towards goal. And I respect that from Romelu Lukaku. He didn't say he hates what he's happening at Chelsea. He won't say that. He's far too intelligent for that. But if you read in between the lines, this is a message for Tuchel and a message for Chelsea. Use him properly. Get him involved in the build-up play. I don't think Romelu Lukaku is a conventional big man. I don't think he's Olivier Giroud. I don't think he's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I think he is an old school, big guy, Sergio Aguero type. And when I say that, don't get over the edge. Just listen to what I'm trying to explain. I feel like he wants to receive the ball, turn and run at people. I feel like he wants to take men on. I think he wants to beat them off the dribble. Is he as efficient and aesthetically pleasing to watch as Aguero? No, because Aguero was 5'7" and low stocky type. Lukaku's a big guy. He's massive. When he dribbles, even when it's fluid, when it's neat and when it's controlled, he looks clumsy. And it's because of his build. He's just way too big to be playing that sort of style of football. So even though he's very good at what he's doing, people are always going to have this perception that he's got a bad touch. He's not good with his back to goal. He's not good at running and taking on men. When that's on the contrary, I think he's very good at running at people. People can't handle him because they know they can't get into a physical battle with him. They will get overpowered. So I think Tuchel needs to take this as not a warning, but almost as constructive criticism and amend the system. And we need to get Lukaku scoring goals ASAP. Story number 2, and I reported this before and now there's more information coming out. Let me give you the 411 if you haven't seen any of my videos before. Number 1, Ghana want Hudson-Odoi to change his nationality and play for them. One of the reasons they want that is because he's going to be their star boy. He's a phenomenal football player. He has all the ability and he will become the poster boy of Ghanaian football. Callum HudsonOdoi played for the England under 18s, 16s, 21s and even the first team on numerous occasions. But UEFA have this policy in play where he can change his representation if you're under the age, I think, of 21, if you haven't played for 2 years. He hasn't played for almost 2 years for England. Gareth Southgate has now reached out and spoken to Callum HudsonOdoi to reassure him about his nationality and that he will have a future with England. Callum has a big decision in his hands. And I think it's one that none of us can give him advice on. So a little bit of a story here. I moved to the UK when I was 8/9 years old, right? So roughly around there. I'm dual national. So it means I am British, my upbringing was British, but I was born and raised in a cultural environment which is Azerbaijani/Georgian. So if I ever was a footballer, which I'm not, I'll tell you that right now, for free, I could have a decision. And Callum is in the same boat. And it's very difficult to select one side that you're more loyal to, because I'm telling you now, when I go back home to Georgia, I don't always feel like I'm in the same boat. Even though I like the same food, I like the same culture, we were raised in the same way, speak the same language, I don't feel very Georgian. I grew up in England, went to school here, a lot of my friends are British, do you understand? So it's a difficult decision. It's not as easy as England's the better national team, you pick England. I think it's a big decision Callum will have to make, and only Callum can make that decision. So I think people need to take a step back, we need to lay off him, and it's none of our business at the end of the day until he makes that decision. The Thiago Silva one is an annoying one, right? So remember that whole fiasco when the Spurs players couldn't play, they went to Brazil, they almost got arrested? Yeah. Thiago Silva this time around is going to go away on international duty. There have been an agreement reached between the national team federations, the Premier League and FIFA to allow the players to go. The governments have said that they will not have to be quarantining when they return into the country. However, and this is the key, apparently for some reason Thiago Silva will not be allowed to play, because when he returns, there's an eligibility clause or something like that. Now, Chelsea are trying to work with Brazil to say that he can only play one game and then he'll have to come back, so he stays out of the picture earlier and then he can potentially play. But Thomas Tuchel said, based on his prior knowledge, and he is assuming he won't be playing. How do I feel about this? I feel like we're fine. Look, we have got great centre-halves. Antonio Rudiger is phenomenal. Andreas Christensen is fantastic. Azpilicueta does the job. At his age, he is very good. And Trevor Chalobah has never let us down. So it is not the end of the world, and we can play against Brentford. Brentford are a very good side. They'll pose good threat. They play two up top. But if we can't beat Brentford without Thiago Silva, then we have got serious problems in our hand. I don't think we are going to have Thiago Silva dependencia, as I like to say. But at the same time, he is going to be a loss. His leadership, and it's going to be a difficult game against Brentford. But I believe in our centre-halves. I believe they're going to step up, and I want them to step up. I think it's a good opportunity for them to show the character for life after Thiago Silva. Finally, Reece James pulls out of the England team and is replaced by none other than Ben Chilwell. Benny Boy gets into the England squad, and this is the first time he's got into the England squad since the Euros. Yes, he went to the Euros hard. He didn't even play. He didn't get an opportunity to get onto the pitch. However, since then, there was an England squad that he was left out on due to the lack of minutes. He got back into the Chelsea team right now, scored a goal, had a good performance, gave away a stupid penalty. You guys already know my thoughts on that. He needs to improve with concentration, but he's back into the team. What do I think about that? He's had a difficult couple months, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to speculate, but whether what's going on behind closed doors, most probably there's something serious going on. And the club and Tuchel gave him some time off, and they're slowly reintegrating him into the side. Then Alonso got into some form, and Ben had to fight to get back in. That's what happens at top clubs. We all knew Alonso wasn't going to sustain that kind of performance for a long time, because it's Marcos Alonso. We already know what he is. Ben Chilwell, on the other hand, is a very, I call him basic Ben, and a lot of people get offended when I say that, but I think that's a compliment. I know what I'm going to get from basic Ben. He's going to give me a 6 out of 10 every week. He's never going to be a 9 out of 10. He's never going to be an 8 out of 10. He'll give me the occasional 7. But he does the job, and that's what you want from a fullback. Reality is, he costs a lot of money, but he puts in good performances, and we have to respect him. So I think in the long run, we might have to upgrade on Ben Chilwell in the long run. But for now, to win the league, I think he'll do the trick. But we can't be dependent on him for creativity. I like what Tuchel did the other day, where Azpilicueta and Ben Chilwell cut in, the wider players went wide, held their width, made the pitch as big as possible, and it spread out the Southampton defence. It was very interesting, and I was very keen on watching that develop in the future. So peeps, this was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be bringing you guys content throughout the international break. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out of here, alright? Make sure you like the video!